violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all kill me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more do you want from me?
Car dealer in Gwinnett County mourning the loss of one of their employees. A mass killer shot 34-year-old Courtney Owens. The car dealer is posting online to remember her. The business is along Centerville Highway in Snellville, just down from the Walmart there. Channel 2's Elizabeth Rollins has gathered new information on the victim. I'm sure people really are going to social media and talking about her tonight.
And the sad thing is Snellville used to really be a chill area. My cousins grew up in Snellville. They went to North Gwinnett High School. And it was, I mean, it wasn't North and South Gwinnett. They weren't the best schools, but it was pretty decent. It wasn't shootings going on like there is now in Gwinnett County. So the Super Gremlins are definitely, their presence is being felt everywhere in the Metro Atlanta area.
Absolutely. Even just days later, it's still a pretty traumatic setting out here at the dealership. On the outside, you can see this memorial that continues to grow for Courtney. On the inside, you definitely smelled the freshly cleaned carpet and cleaning supplies that were used to clean up after the crime scene.
Y'all, welcome to Royal Court Motors.
This is a marketing video that Royal Court Motor Dealership posted on Facebook more than a year ago of Courtney Owens, one of their employees. The 34-year-old was gunned down at her Snellville workplace Friday afternoon. Investigators are searching for her killer after the suspect walked into the used car dealership, shot Owens, and then took off. I spoke to family members over the phone who say they're heartbroken, saying, quote, "There are no words to express how much she was loved and will be missed." We went back to the dealership Monday afternoon. The owner declined to comment, but they are expressing their grief on Facebook, commenting on that marketing video, saying, quote, "Rest in peace, Courtney. We love you and miss you. We will always remember you." The circumstances surrounding the shooting are still unclear, but investigators say she was likely targeted. Meanwhile, family and friends are desperate to know who did this and why. Family members tell Channel 2, Courtney will be missed. She was a loving mother, daughter, sister, and she had a heart of gold. And as you can see, there are security cameras on this property. Investigators told us over the weekend that they would be going through those cameras to see if it captured anything. So far, though, they have not released a description of that suspect. We're live in Gwinnett County. Elizabeth Rollins, Channel 2 Action.
And back to that breaking news in Gwinnett County, where police say a woman was found shot to death in Snellville. Atlanta 11 Alive's John Sherrick is live near the scene. John, what can you tell us?
We are at a car dealership called.
And I've already told you guys, women, children, it doesn't matter. These Super Gremlins are leaving no stone unturned. And it's very tragic. You have to be on the lookout in the A for sure, because they're not letting up.
Called Royal Court Motors here on Centerville Highway at Annistown Road in Snellville. You can see detectives here in front of the car dealership. They've been going inside the car dealership, coming back out, trying to figure out exactly what happened. At about 2 o'clock this afternoon, Gwinnett County Police got a call that a woman had been shot here at this car dealership. When they got here, they confirmed the woman did not survive. So right now, detectives are trying to figure out exactly what happened. We don't know if the woman had been shot here, if she was perhaps shot somewhere else and brought here. We don't have those details yet. Police said just that it's a woman, age unknown, and we are expecting a briefing from police shortly. But right now, the crime scene investigations unit is here. The homicide unit is here. And it looks like they're going to be here for some time, as this investigation, even nearly 4 hours along, is still in its early stages.
Exactly 1 month ago today, a woman was gunned down at her job in Gwinnett County. Police announced the arrest of her killer today. Investigators charge Wesley Vickers with felony murder, malice murder, and aggravated assault.
Well, thank goodness that they caught the super gremlin culprit, Wesley Vickers. I mean, the senseless killings are not ceasing. As you can see, indicators of demon time, which not all, you always got to say that, but the neck tattoos, bro. I mean, I don't know how many stories I do of dudes with the neck tattoos specifically that are crashing out. It's definitely a trend, and I have a tattoo on my chest, so I can only imagine how painful the neck tattoo is. And you know, these dudes with the neck tattoos, but they not playing out here.
For the death of Courtney Owens, witnesses say Vickers walked into the Royal Court Motors dealership, shot Owens, and ran away. Police did not release a motive for the shooting, but they do believe Owens was targeted.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job.
Of MLK and Frederick
I'm out
Douglass, where
in
a
cardboard
shooting just took
boxes.
place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Quavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Georgia, the search is on for the gunman who shot an Army veteran and then left him to die in the middle of the street. It happened in Clayton County off Martha Street in the Forest Park area a few days ago.
She called.
As detectives say they're following all leads tonight, that sister is speaking out to Fox 5's Rob DiRienzo.
Ladarius Bass had a 3-month-old baby girl who will now never get to know her father. Police found his body lying in the middle of the road the night before New Year's Eve, and they still don't know who pulled the trigger.
You took my brother from his family, and you just walking around free without a care in the world.
It's been a devastating past few days for those who knew 40-year-old Ladarius Bass. Clayton County Police say someone shot Bass on Martha Street in the Forest Park area.
He got a
So, Forest Park, we see that in the headlines often. It's hard to really go anywhere in Atlanta and be safe or feel safe. I mean, the city is lost at this point. The community has taken over. The politics have gone woke. The discipline, the accountability has been thrown out of the window, and the excuses have piled up. Andre Dickens is, silent at this point. I haven't really heard anything from him much lately. The shootings haven't stopped, bro. The shootings have not stopped. And I heard that they're not really able to consistently have that midnight basketball thing going. So that's not working either.
A 3-month-old that'll never know him. Like, my brother was robbed out of life. We was robbed out of it for nonsense, but we don't even know what the purpose is.
His sister says he was a good man who served in the United States Army before getting medically discharged.
That was always his passion. He loved to want to help with the country.
She spoke with me from Mississippi, where he's originally from. She says Bass moved here to start a new chapter.
He wanted to go to Atlanta to, you know, be with his brother and just kind of start his life over.
Detectives with Clayton County Police did not say if they have a description of the suspect, but they're following any and all leads. In the meantime, his family has this plea.
And I just hope, you know, whoever know anything or see anything, heard anything, you know, reach out to the Clayton County Police Department. You know, help.
Please, honey, please reach out to the police department if you heard anything. And let's get justice served, please. Because these super gremlins are on demon time.
Get justice, because my brother wasn't a bad person.
And one way you can reach investigators if you know anything is through the Greater Atlanta Crime Stoppers tip line. Through there, cops say you can stay anonymous. Rob Urienzo, Fox 5 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. All right, guys. So I have to bring this news to you. We had a shooting in Midtown, and that's actually where I reside. Okay, and it was a mass shooting, you know, and it was done by a brother by the name of Deion Patterson, 24-year-old. A lot going on with this brother, but we're going to go straight into it. This is going to be a discussion about mental health. All right. It's going to be a discussion about, obviously, the community being in a dire position and really just not only suffering casualties amongst one another, but also acting an ass and attacking people who are outside of the community. And that is where we're going to find our issues. It's not so much that we're doing it to each other, but because it has so vigorously reached out to other communities, people are going to start talking, man, and it is not going to be good for the future of the community. I'm on record saying this. This is not something that I look forward to. It's actually something that I loathe, and I wish that it was, you know, something that we could do about it. And I think there is, if there was a collective mindset change overnight. But I mean, that would take Jesus Christ coming out of the sky. Honestly, I really don't see any type of push or direction to get these cheering off the streets. Okay. Even though they're saying it, they really not doing it. And then the political space, it's just a mess. But let's get into this story. It is looking wicked out here. They done shut everything down in Midtown. We have to shelter in place. I'm locked up in here. I was like, you know what? I might as well just do a live stream.
Breaking now at 6. Helicopters joining the search for a man accused of a deadly shooting in a medical waiting room in Midtown Atlanta. And now the search has moved into Cobb County.
I mean, this motherfucker is sick. Shooting in a medical waiting room with defenseless people. This nigga is out of his fucking mind. Wait till y'all hear what his mama had to say.
Is now the epicenter of what's happening
as officers surround the area. We are live, learning more about the suspect.
I spoke to both his mother and father.
We are dealing with someone that is armed and dangerous.
Officers checking.
There go Andre Dickens, man. He ain't been outside in a minute. He He ain't been outside in a minute.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Boy, all this shit that I've been covering in Atlanta, he been quiet as a mouse. He had to come out for this one, though. I mean, when he was active the first couple weeks he got in the office with the Grayson Matthews shooting, the little boy, the little infant, really, who got shot in the hood out there on in Fulton County. He was active, boy. He was pulling up to these shootings. He was pulling up to about 2-3 shootings a week, and then he figured, God damn, it's a lot of motherfucking shootings. I can't be at all these motherfuckers. They was calling him in his, in the beginning of his campaign. He was like, I'm going to be at every shooting. I'm going to be with y'all through it all. He was like telling his staff, notify me whenever any shooting goes down and there's a casualty and I'm pulling up. He did that for 2-3 weeks, maybe. And they got tired. I don't even blame him. Shit, he went from pulling up to every scene to, I'll catch the next one.
Buses, streets shut down for hours as SWAT teams swarmed.
Officers and putting their gear on and getting their automatic rifles and things.
I've been covering news in this town for more than 40 years. I don't recall seeing a law enforcement response at one time any heavier than this ever.
Reaction from the Metro Atlanta area.
I'm very thankful that I wasn't, inside the building.
All the way to Washington, D.C.
We behave as if this is normal.
Our live Team 2 coverage continues now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 6 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Hello, once again, welcome to Channel 2 Action.
And this is another example of why Buckhead should secede from the city of Atlanta. They don't know what the fuck they doing in Atlanta.
News at 6. I'm Justin Farmer.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Linda Stouffer. We are staying on top of that big breaking situation unfolding right now across Metro Atlanta. A gunman shot several people inside a Midtown office building.
And this is another mass shooting. Remember when I had the live stream, Black men are the face of mass shootings in America. It's an unfortunate reality. But I went through all the mass shootings up until I think it was late February, early March. And what do you know? We were dominating in mass shootings, okay? And it's a sad reality, but it's the truth. And if you're honest with yourself, then you'll realize it. And this is another instance. The only thing is the media couldn't hide this one. They couldn't hide this one because boy is in Midtown Atlanta and he's spraying the whole block up. That's why they couldn't hide it. They had to do this story. They had to. And they were praying that it was a glider, honestly. But don't worry. This is going to be a 1-2 day story max. It's over after this. There aren't going to be any headlines or follow-ups or, we're going to see a sentence. The next time we hear about Deion Patterson, it's going to be a sentencing date. This is a 1 day. I'm telling you, 1 day, 48 hours max. On to the next one. On to the next one.
And there are several victims.
Freeze. Somebody bring me back some money, please. Sorry.
One person is dead. Let's get you to the very latest, starting with the search for the shooter. It's happening now. Authorities are...
They shit glitching up. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Atlanta police say man, 24-year-old Deion Patterson. Atlanta police say he's armed, he's dangerous, and here's his newest mugshot of the...
Guys, I'm telling you, normalizing wearing hoodies and masks. This is a two-piece Pooh Shiesty mask, in my opinion. This is a glorified Pooh Shiesty mask because honestly, like if you have something that's blocking the majority of your head, and then I'm gonna give you guys an example. Sorry, I got my mask on my keys, but see, now this is a glorified Pooh Shiesty mask. You went from identifiable to Boom. So the normalizations of wearing masks in public was a mistake. It was a mistake. And I told you guys, niggas will be wearing masks during the springs and during the summer. They'll be wearing poo shiesty mask, poo shiesty mask, poo shiesty mask during the spring and during the summer. Hoodies during the spring and during the summer. I told y'all this before, and nobody wanted to listen to me. They just wanted to demonetize your boy. They wanted to silence me. They wanted to, you know, make it so that I couldn't live stream. Right? Make it not worth it to live stream. You might as too busy. You might as well not even say shit about it. That's what they want. They want you too busy to say anything about this shit.
The suspect. We have new information this hour about medication he was taking and seeking. Again, Deion Patterson is considered armed, dangerous. If you see him, police say do not approach. Call 911.
So they're blaming it on medication. I'm sorry, but aspirin don't make you do this shit.
And here's what we know about the victims tonight. The one who was killed, a 39-year-old woman. The other injured victims include a 71-year-old, a
Wow.
56-year-old,
Wow.
ages 39 and 25 as well.
Woo.
All women.
Damn. So he just went in there and could he have been a black cell? Right? Remember, we did another story on a black cell, which is a black incel. Guys, y'all got to keep up with the terminology. Y'all ain't keeping up. A black cell, okay? It's an involuntarily celibate black man, which is extremely dangerous because the expectations of black men in society, especially when you're with your friend group, there's an expectation that you should be fucking bitches. It really is. All right. And there is unwarranted pressure to have sexual experiences at a much younger age. And I'm sure this is in all communities, but I think in the community it's heightened to the nth degree. And this is just, I mean, honestly, I know that I'm right. I know I'm 100% right, but then they're going to be like, oh, where are your statistics on this? Well, I mean, we just did the story last week on single mothers, and this was in the, what was that, 1964? You had the average age of young girls in Atlanta getting pregnant was between 12 to 14. And these are young black girls. So they're like, oh, where are your statistics? I mean, shit. I really don't have to have no statistics for this shit, honestly, because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So it's like, shit. If y'all want to play the statistics game, we can play the statistics game, but I don't think you want to do that because they're probably even worse than I even fucking can imagine, right? Like when we did the and if you don't remember, go back to my live on the single mothers, and we're gonna do a second a part 2 to that as well. But go back to my live, bro. We broke it down, and this was in 1960, so you know it's gotten worse with the advent of the sexual liberation and all this OF stuff, and modern Generation Z women having the digital footprint of an adult film actress. I mean, it's only gotten worse. So shit. Think about what was happening in 1964 and then multiply that by 100.
In the last 6 hours, we've seen at least a half dozen agencies involved in the investigation, including Atlanta Police, Georgia State Patrol, Fulton County Marshals, South Fulton Police, MARTA Police, SWAT units, and now Cobb Police. Firefighters from several departments involved and paramedics as the manhunt heads north of the city.
So this is what the news will never point out. These black cells are dangerous because, like I said, the expectation to, have sexual experiences at a much younger age. And I'm not saying that a nigga never was fucking, but, for him to specifically target women, it definitely says something. So that could indicate to me that he could be a black cell. Plus he, you know, is somebody suffering from a mental issue. So he probably really couldn't even talk to bitches like that, not coherently. And any bitch that he was fucking was probably mentally fucked up or fat as hell or something. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't getting what he was wanting, is what I'm saying. But remember, we broke down the incel black man Orlando Harris, okay? The black cell Orlando Harris, and he shot up the school in St. Louis, Missouri, right? So we have a epidemic of black cells out here. And here's the thing about black cells that a lot of people don't understand. A black cell is not crashing out because, you know, he's, you know, beefing with the ops. A black cell genuinely might have some, you know, mental issues, whatnot, but then also in appearance can blend in society. Like, he don't look like a short bus nigga, you know, if you will. He don't. He honestly look like a Philly nigga. But a black cell, he's not going to be good with women, and he's also not going to be good at sports. And that's another expectation. So he's not going to have that athletic prowess. And then he's also, because, you know, in the community, if you're not good with women, but you're good at sports, you're going to end up being good with women because you're going to get opportunities. But if you are a black cell and you aren't good with women, and then you aren't good at sports either, and then you're also like mentally challenged, so you're not smart, I mean, it's OV. That's a recipe to crash out. That's a recipe to crash out. And people don't understand the crash out culture, because these niggas think that, you know, if you don't make it in the industry, if you don't make it in the music industry, if you know, if your rap album flop, your life is over.
And here, live pictures right now where police are on a scene. This is the closest that we've been able to get to where the shooting started to unfold today, shortly after noon in Midtown Atlanta. We're going to bring you right back here to this medical building, a live look in just a few moments.
So, guys, I mean, and we've got more on this. I'm going to update you guys, and then we might go to something that's going on live. But I'm going to tell you right now, this epidemic of black cells is crazy. It's crazy.
Investigate an active shooting in Midtown Atlanta. Four people wounded, one person is dead, and now the massive manhunt for the person behind the trigger.
Yeah, this is breaking news that we have covered for hours all afternoon today, and it's continuing to unfold as we speak. It was just a chaos.
Yeah, Spec Streaming has a good point. He says there are so many black cells in Atlanta. Yeah, there are, and a lot of the black cells in Atlanta, what are they becoming? Trans gentlemen. Uh-oh. This is what they don't want you to talk about. We just did 2 stories on trans gentlemen. What are the black cells becoming? They're becoming trans gentlemen, because there's an epidemic as well of incels of all races becoming trans. But there's an even higher epidemic of black cells in the community becoming trans, or homosexual black men becoming trans. And a lot of black men, you know, if they weren't molested and whatnot, who are homosexual, a lot of them are just defaulted to homosexuality because they're black cells. So they can't get pussy, so they're like, fuck, you know, and they go to jail. They might get fucked, or they might be doing some fucking, and the rest is history. You're a homosexual for the rest of your life. All right, closeted or whatever you want to call it. It's a lot of that in Atlanta, but either way, you know, the black cells are they're turning to other means to get that sexual gratification. And that's why you see the trans gentleman getting deleted. And I showed you guys that. I mean, all of it intertwines, all of it comes together. That's why you gotta stay abreast of all my content. That's why you gotta keep up Keep up, because you know, if you didn't watch this live stream, when I reference black cells in the future, you ain't gonna know what the fuck we talking about. When I put up a caption, when I put up a headline that says, you know, black cell shoots up a church, or black cell goes and shoots up a monastery, or black cell, you know, pulls up, you know, and sprays the block, black cell crashes out, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is a black cell? So you got to keep up, man. Got to keep up.
Chaotic scene that unfolded earlier this afternoon.
Police have named the suspect 24-year-old Deion Patterson. Just over an hour, Crime Stoppers announced that it is also offering a reward of up to $10,000 for information leading to an arrest.
You can see what it looked like on the ground as people were just so frightened when they left the building here. All of this starting at 12:08 when Patterson opened fire inside the building at Northside Hospital, Midtown on West Peachtree Street between 12th and 13th Street. We have live team coverage with reports covering all angles of this. We begin first in Midtown Atlanta with Fox 5's Deidre Dukes. Deidre.
Yeah, the shelter in place lifted here just within the past hour, but this is still a very active crime scene, active investigation underway. Police holding a news conference just a short time ago telling us, and I'll step out of the way so you can see the police activity that is still ongoing here, telling us that right now they are interviewing witnesses and gathering evidence here. So this area still does remain closed off to traffic. All of that going on here as the search does continue for the suspect considered armed and dangerous. Very active here as police say they are following leads in Fulton and Cobb County. Several police agencies involved in the search for 24-year-old Deion Patterson. Deion Patterson identified as the suspect who opened fire here at Northside Hospital here on the 1100 block of West Peachtree just after noon in a waiting room here, shooting 5 people, one we are told deceased, 4 fighting for their lives, all women.
Damn, them niggas taking off.
911 if they see this individual to not approach him right now, actively searching for this individual. We have more from police, and also we talked to someone who was there at the hospital when those shots rang out.
At 12:08 this afternoon, we were called just down the street to 1110 West Peachtree. This is a medical facility, the Northside Hospital, that is at that location. This shooting did occur inside the waiting room of that medical facility.
Wow, this was at Northside Hospital, one of the largest hospitals in Atlanta. Wow. Imagine going to the hospital and you just see this raging black cell come in and boom, spray up the block. These super black cell gremlins are on demon time.
5 individuals were shot. Unfortunately, a 39-year-old female has lost her life. And of those that are injured is a 71-year-old female, a 56-year-old female, a 39-year-old female, and then a 25-year-old female. We do know that Mr. Patterson, our suspect, left the building. We believe he carjacked a vehicle a short distance away and was able to flee the scene as.
All right, so all the excuse on, oh, he didn't take his medication. Now that's all out the water. I could understand if he went up in that bitch, sprayed up what he could, and then deleted himself right then and there on the on the outside of Northside Hospital on the steps. I could see that. But the fact that he went, jacked somebody's car, oh no, he had his faculty together. He had his faculties together. He's just a black cell. He's a black cell. Okay. This is different from a street nigga crashing out and just, spraying what he see. This is different from op culture. This is crash out culture, guys. This is crash out culture. See, keep up.
The law enforcement agencies were just descending on this area. And we believe he has left the area. He may not still be in that vehicle. So I don't want everyone to be focused on the vehicle, which has been recovered. So the photograph that has been distributed, for your viewers, your listeners, to be very mindful of that photograph. If you see this individual who may or may not still be in the same hoodie, please call 911 right away.
I walked out
and it seemed like I heard a loud noise sound like a gun, but I wasn't close enough to actually believe that I heard it. So when I walked outside of Hope Foods, because I go through from my building to Icon to Hope Foods, when I walked out of the building, all I see was police cars and SWAT, and everybody's just pulling up, back to back. And my supervisor was right there at the time, and he was like, "Hey, make sure you stay close to the walls and stand back because we heard this active shooting."
You're hearing it there, just the chaos that unfolded in the moments following that shooting here, as that suspect was apparently, we know now, making his way out of here. As police say, they were responding to the scene, that individual carjacking a vehicle and making his way out of the Atlanta area. At some point, that vehicle pinging in Cobb County. Now, Mayor Andre Dickens, Atlanta Mayor Dickens, also speaking today, saying that he has spoke to the governor and to our congressional delegation, as well as spoken to the White House about what unfolded here today, saying that they have offered their condolences and offering their assistance as well as need be. Once again, this individual is considered armed and dangerous. A $10,000 reward is being offered for his capture.
Woo! Man, oh man. This is what's going down, Atlanta. What we gonna do? I mean, the community ain't ready to address this issue because they still think, the community still thinks that white people lead mass shootings. They genuinely still think that. So to the community, this is a one-off. Oh, that was just that one crazy ass nigga. Niggas don't do this type of shit. That's the sentiment in the community, respectfully. Okay. It's the truth, though. I mean, anybody can vouch with me here. I mean, brothers, where you at? I mean, sisters, come on now in the comment section. Back me up on this one. Isn't that the sentiment? Oh, black folks don't just walk up in schools and shoot shit up. I mean, I beg to differ.
These are really new details and information that we just got into our newsroom that we're sharing with you all. That suspected gunman of Deion Patterson has been apprehended. We are getting word that details will be provided tonight over in Atlanta with a press conference with this latest information that is just coming in. Because, wow, what a day, really intensifying the search all throughout Atlanta. You're talking about downtown area, then part in a suburb area of Atlanta. Folks, they're really on edge as they were going through this all-out manhunt that happened. So details really of what we've learned as to what happened there, right? The suspected gunman accused of shooting 5 women inside an Atlanta doctor's office.
See, I mean, this is definitely black cell activity. Guys, these black cells are not playing with your ass. They really aren't. Okay? And these motherfuckers are taking casualties.
This was earlier today. Officials say a 39-year-old woman was killed and 4 other women ages 25, 39, 56, and 71 were injured. They were hospitalized. Major police presence really we saw all day today around Atlanta. And then immediately following the gunfire, police shared quickly photos of who they thought the suspect was. Then we started getting word on who the suspect is. So far, we've learned that the Coast Guard confirmed the shooter served as, at least the suspected shooter rather, as an electrician's mate 2nd class from 2018 until his discharge of January this year. So no word yet really there on motive. All efforts today were on just searching, trying to find him. And things got difficult when police say that Patterson actually tried to carjack a driver.
So he's a veteran. I mean, he worked as an electrician. Man. Now this is, I mean, look how many different ways that the community, that this man's actions is affecting. Now it's a poor stain on what's going on in the military. And man, I mean, this dude's just taking everybody out there with him.
He then was unsuccessful, then was successful carjacking somebody else, managed to drive away. But we're going to be getting more details shortly incoming as to really how police there in Atlanta area were able to apprehend this person. So that's the very latest for you coming here from our newsroom.
Y'all better watch out, man. Yo, this dude really crashed out. We're gonna see. I'm gonna get the real scoop on it too. I'm gonna get what the streets are saying about it. You know, what niggas knew him in high school. We're gonna get all that. We're gonna get all that. What this nigga was doing. You know what I'm saying? If he had a little trap going, we're gonna figure it out. Don't worry, we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna have to just turn my damn AC on because it's getting hot in this bitch. No cap.
It's about there certainly saw Deion Patterson when he went out onto the street there in Midtown, and they followed him up to Cobb County. Let's go to Cobb County right now. Fox 5's Morse Diggs has been talking to police about their strategy and what they're doing to try to find this guy. Morse?
Well, Russ, we were able to tell our viewers fairly early on that law enforcement believed he'd made his way out of Midtown as they had to go ahead and check all those buildings up to the Smyrna area. Now, what they were able to do, and I think we've got the picture that we can show again of the vehicle, Cobb authorities confirmed that this white Toyota vehicle had been carjacked from the Atlanta area, and as you've been reporting, Russ, quickly made his way up to here in Smyrna area. Now, during that time, I was able to speak to some Cobb officers who were on the lookout and monitoring, and said that also some license plate reader hits came up. And so you would have them go from one area to another area. Then the car would perhaps been parked somewhere. It was later in the afternoon that ultimately this white Toyota was found abandoned very close to the Brave Stadium over in the Battery Park area. So they were able to, at that point, take custody of that car, turn it over to APD. I will tell you, in the afternoon, I also saw Atlanta police cruisers in the Smyrna area. We reported that one place where Atlanta and Cobb County converged on was the area where Campbell High School and Campbell Middle School are located very close together. It turns out, though, when they checked those parking lots.
Yo, these hoes trying to spread conspiracy theories online, talking about that black dude that they interviewed earlier. It was like the shooter lookalike type shit. What the hell? Shit, crazy.
That turned out to be a non-starter. One more thing I will say, all afternoon, they have been getting tips from individuals who think they recognize Mr. Patterson. They check that out, but when they get there, if he ever was there, he's no longer there. So again.
I think I found it out. Deion Patterson he might be a failed trap nigga. Boom. Deion Patterson might be a failed trap nigga, y'all. I think my nigga is a failed trap nigga. Damn. This nigga's taking a big old L. This nigga, the trap wasn't bumping, so he figured out how to find infamy another way, right? That's really how it goes. I told you, niggas' music career didn't pop off. Now you gon', shoot the damn school up, shoot a hospital up. But they alleging that this is his Instagram. He switched his name to Rux Nix. The hell? Hey man, let me see if this is it. Probably. Let's see. So it says the account is private. I'm on the Instagram now. They're alleging that this is his Instagram. I can't confirm nor deny, but this is what they alleging on the book. It used to be Deion Patterson. Now this nigga changed his name. I mean, he might be capping. He might be capping. But if this is him, you see the strap in the pocket. You see the trap money. Okay. You see the ashtray in the background. Obviously, bro smoking a blunt. Entrepreneur, lone soldier. Looks like Dolph. I don't know, bruh. I hope. I don't know. That's what they saying. Let me read the comments to make sure. On his way to Kentucky. They said they can't believe the amount of power going into the manhunt, and he's somewhere on Instagram. There are 0 sightings of him on camera since with all the cameras in the area. Yeah, they got that nigga though, but they're alleging that that's his damn Instagram. And if that is his Instagram, I mean, I don't know. He looked too skinny in that one to be his IG, but let's see. Oh, they're saying he might be in this neighborhood. Damn, they put up a billboard of this nigga real quick. Sheesh. We got sisters praying for him. I'll share my screen so y'all know that I'm just. Let's see. So she said, I pray that this man get caught ASAP. I pray for the families that lost their loved ones and those who lost their lives and they were severely injured before or because of this man's stupidity and ignorance. It has nothing to do with mental health. Okay, sister might be. Well, is she a sister? Hold up. Shadale. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, she looked like she looked. I'll give it to her. She got an Instagram. Oh yeah, I don't know. She might be like Caribbean or something. But yes, they said it's not mental health. This man was smart enough to plan what he did and get away with it. No sympathy from me. Yeah, I agree. Fuck all that mental health shit. This is what the city was looking like everywhere.
Shit is going down.
Yeah, man. I looked outside my high rise and I just see the whole block locked down. I see the whole Blennock locked down. Yeah. So they got a whole bunch of. Let's see. The mayor spoke on it for 24 minutes. We might check that son. We might check that son bitch out later on, but let's get to the rest of this.
Unsure where they are, but they do want you, if you think you know something, to call in. They would rather spend the time checking it out than, of course, ignoring it. From Cobb County, I'm Morse Diggs, Fox 5 News.
Morse, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, I think he might actually be a thug maxed black cell. Remember, a thug maxed black cell. He doesn't have any specific talent as far as athletic ability. Not too bright, right? Now that we know more about what he did, I'm not giving him the mental illness excuse. I mean, he a dumbass nigga for sure, but he can stand trial. He can stand trial. So he is a thug max black cell, and he was trying to do the military thing. It looks like failed. And a lot of hood niggas tried the military, okay? Some of they really do try, but they just can't follow the rules because they were never disciplined enough. So those are the guys who, you know, get discharged like the way that he did. I mean, he thought he was going to be an electrician. Shit, I mean, you're waking up early mornings, working out. It's a very disciplined life, and a lot of brothers ain't ready for that. Coming from these single mother households where your mama is enabling and making excuses, we gonna get to the mama. Some of these niggas ain't ready for that.
Question: how much more difficult does it make it for police? I know you've been talking to them all afternoon. How much more difficult is it for them now that they don't know what kind of a vehicle he might be in? He could be anywhere, it seems like.
He could be, and we had one report, and this may not have panned out, that he may have switched and been able to go into a structure and come out in a red pickup truck. That was information they were trying to check out. It looks like they never got that part confirmed. So again, you just have a string of tips. Someone in some situation is going to see something, and it's very important that person not figure.
Well, according to the community, you got to go by the street code, and you can't snitch. No snitching. If you saw something and you said something, you would be considered a snitch. Am I right or am I wrong? Okay. That's the street code. So, I mean, do you think one of these real niggas are going to give that up just to make the community safe? No. Absolutely not.
Well, I'm probably wrong. Don't do that. Go ahead and call the authorities. Let them check it out.
Well, hold on. I got to slow bruh down right there, because he said, well, I don't know. He said, even if you're unsure, call the authorities. That's literally what he just said. Isn't that considered racial profiling? Isn't that racial profiling? Because what he just said was, even if you're unsure, call the police. Well, I don't know. That means you're unsure. That means you are not 100% confident that you're looking at the correct suspect. And I know we got him in custody already, guys. We know that. But I'm just saying, I want to give y'all the perspective of how they were initially reporting on it. And I mean, by the description, which they really didn't put shit out when it happened, they didn't want to, man suspected active shooter, man, and then they started putting up his face in billboards and all this shit. They weren't saying light-skinned nigga with a beard and a fro. You didn't hear none of that. So it's like, if I'm unsure, should I still call the police? I mean, if I do, is that profiling? Somebody could sue you over that shit. Somebody could sue you over that shit. So let's see. We got Mayor Dickens shit. We're that shit about 24 minutes. I don't know if it's worth it. Let's see. Let's listen to some of the hospital updates. Cause man, imagine if you're sick in the hospital, you got a loved one in the hospital, and they shoot up that, man, what? I'll be ready to pull up to the hospital like Rambo. Okay, so we got a nice update from the elderly glider doctor. Let's listen up.
So I think everybody's aware that we had a mass shooting down the street. 4 injured.
And he identified it correctly. This indeed was a mass shooting. Let's not get it fucked up. Let's not get it fucked up. Let's not let the community disperse, falsehoods upon identifying what classification this shooting goes into. This falls under the classification of a mass shooting. 100%. Keep it 100.
Injured people were brought here. No other injuries occurred that we know of, and nobody was taken to the other facility. The 4 that were brought here, 3 are critical. 1 is still in the emergency department. The others are upstairs being treated. 2 in the operating room, and 1 in what's called interventional radiology.
Are you able to describe, I know there are HIPAA laws, are you able to describe the shot?
No, I can't give out that information. I'm sorry.
How is Grady prepared to handle a mass shooting situation?
So we called mass casualty event. Within minutes, we had multiple trauma surgeons, multiple staff in the trauma bay itself. We cleared out any patients who were currently in.
Is it me, or did that question to you sound like he was asking how are you, Grady, as a hospital going to deal with this when it comes to your doorstep, not how you're going to deal with treating patients after the shit happens? I think that question was more toward, hey, if this happens at Grady, how are y'all going to deal with this? That's what I think he meant by that question. But, you know, doctor knows best, right?
In the Marcus Trauma Center, and we were fully prepared. We were anticipating up to 12 patients. Fortunately, we only received 4, but we were completely prepared for it. We had all the staff that we needed. We had all the ancillary staff that we needed. We had chaplains there. We had security there. Everyone that was needed was in place.
And are you guys prepared just in case there are more?
Yes. Yes. We have stopped our mass casualty call now, but we are prepared.
I understand at this point, no visitors are being allowed into the building.
Shout out to let me get some of these super traps or whatever. Greetings from Redneck, California. He said, good to see you live, telling it the way it is. Yeah, shout out to you, my guy. We got a couple cash apps in the building. Okay, let's see. We got Christy Weber with the $100 cash app. Oh, appreciate it, Christy Weber. That definitely deserves a we outside.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Hot Black Desiato with the $15 cash app. Okay.
Oh, say less.
Hey, man, support the stream, guys. I mean, you're not going to get just straight facts, just news that's just straight blunt and, you know, it's just an open discussion. You're not going to get this anywhere, all right? Not the way that we spit it over here. Not the way we spit it over here on BGZM News 17.
We initially stopped visitors because we weren't sure what the shooter is. We are confident now that we can let visitors back in. We never locked the hospital down. We just wanted to stop visitors just in case there was anything going on.
Can you tell me what the mask
I'm sorry, I couldn't. Yeah. So when we activate our mass casualty event, that immediately starts our command center. We bring all the surgeons, all the nurses, all the ancillary staff to the trauma center itself. It goes out over both remotely through phones as well as announced over the loudspeaker. And then we start clearing out operating rooms and we start clearing out the emergency department in case we need additional space.
I know you can't give us a lot of information that could identify, but can you tell us if these are adults, children, any age ranges?
They're all adults.
Any genders, anything along those lines?
No, I don't have that.
Have their families been notified? Are they here?
We know that a couple of families are here, but I don't know about the other ones.
You said originally you were preparing for 12.
Yes.
The original call come in that there might be 12 coming.
That's what we heard initially. But I think in any of these situations, there's a lot of confusion, as you know.
Wow. So as you guys can see, very scary scene in Midtown Atlanta today. I mean, me personally, I wasn't scared. I got that yopper on me. I was ready for whatever. If Buddy tried to come up in my apartment complex, he would have got laid down. No cap. No cap. And then legally, too. You dig? So we ain't playing none of that. All right? We ain't playing none of that.
That the FBI and Secret Service are on the ground involved in this search and investigation.
that is just one of the updates we received, not only from Atlanta Police Chief Shearbaum, but also from Atlanta Mayor Dickens. He mentioned that this is a multi-agency effort, FBI, as you mentioned, but also local agencies, including MARTA Police, including Georgia Tech Police. Also, he said he was working in conjunction with authorities in Cobb County as well, as they are working to get all the details. I also heard from the mayor that suspect is not in custody and he is considered dangerous. He wanted to emphasize to the public, do not approach. If you do see this individual, do not approach at all. In fact, call 911. We have confirmed that all of the people who were shot were women. 39-year-old woman did die from her injuries, one of 5 who were shot during this incident. We also heard from Police Chief Shearbaum that the shooting took place a little after noon and in the waiting room of one of the floors of the medical facility as well. Just a few details. He said this investigation is still in the early stages. We are hoping to get some more updates throughout the afternoon as well.
Karis, thank you. That was important clarification from Chief Shearbaum that they believe that the shooter carjacked the car because that infers that he left the area, and that's why Cobb County is also a major player in this search and investigation right now. We have just learned from Cobb County that they are centering a search around Vinings, the Cumberland area, and Truist Park.
Yeah, I mean, that's the tricky part about this situation. That's the tweet where Cobb County just announced that information. This situation just getting trickier and trickier by the minute when you have someone who has fled the active situation and that barrier that police and investigators set up around the incident location in Midtown. Now you have someone who potentially got in a vehicle and has gone who knows where. And there seem to have been sightings of the vehicle, but the chief of police there during that press conference was very, frankly, particular in saying, look, do not focus on the car because very likely that person isn't even in that vehicle anymore. They said they had recovered one of them. There was some misunderstanding about where it was taken from. They did confirm it was not of the parking deck in that hospital system there in Midtown. But yeah, now that Cobb County confirming they are expanding the search, Vinings, Cumberland, Truist Park area. So again, if you have friends and family in that area, might want to let them know about this and to seek shelter. No official shelter in place has been, implemented in any of those areas, but there certainly is some sort of later tip that they're following up there.
So guys, I mean, this is really epic. This is something this is a conversation that we have every single day, but is the world ready to have it with us? That is the question. Okay. So much is going on in the city of Atlanta and everywhere, in the community. I mean, it is rough, y'all. It's really getting unbearable, man. How can you live this way? Honestly, man. How can you live this way? So let me see if we can get some more. Okay, we got police giving a press conference. Might have to pull up the Facebook again. That was pretty funny. And then they got Andre Dickens. Let's see, we might talk about that too. But yeah, this man is absolutely insane. Shout out to Stephanie with the $15 Cash App. Says thank you for keeping us informed.
Oh, say less.
Yeah, if you're in Atlanta right now, like I am, you gotta be pretty upset at the way that the community is falling. And it feels like to me this is just going to be another Chicago. Honestly. Eventually Atlanta is just going to become another Chicago. Okay? I mean, it already damn near is. Okay. Oh, man, they got. Let's see. It says, here's a post. It says, all he wanted was in Ativan. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. Deion Patterson, Atlanta gunman, 24, kills 1, injures 4 over messed up medication during visit to medical facility with his mother, Mignone Patterson. So this Ma Dukes at Northside Hospital. So there was a medicine discrepancy. So I thought they were saying that, oh, he popped some pills and he popped the wrong pills. Like instead of Tylenol, he took aspirin. He had allergic reaction or some shit. But what they're saying is this was more of a revenge thing where he pulled up to the hospital. They gave him the wrong pills or some pills that he didn't want. And he pulled back up and sprayed the block. Let's see what the comments are saying. Lots of people don't get what they want and don't do something like this. And had the VA prescribed Ativan. Oh, okay, Ativan is the medicine. They still would be blamed for prescribing Ativan. The fault lies squarely on him and those around him. They knew he had an addiction to a drug and was unstable with access to firearms. And his mom blaming the VA. He was addicted to Ativan, so since he can't have his way, he takes an innocent life and injury. Okay, so let's look at this Ativan thing, man. Y'all see Ma Dukes? Oh, my baby, he's a victim. Okay. So Ativan is the brand name. The actual medicine is lorazepam. Okay. So if y'all sisters out there dating and a nigga got lorazepam, a nigga popping some lorazepam, stay near and clear, because when he off that shit, he gonna spray the whole damn block up. All right. It's a sedative. It can treat seizure disorders such as epilepsy. It can also be used before surgery and medical procedures to relieve anxiety. I don't think this is a medicine or prescription that you should be taking every damn day. As a tranquilizer, damn, it's a tranquilizer. Ativan can make the user feel calm and physically relaxed. Ativan can help stop painful spasms in muscles, so it's a muscle relax, like Drake said, or prevent life-threatening seizures when taken correctly. For patients who take Ativan as directed for legitimate reasons, this medication is generally safe and effective. Wow. So he was on that shit. My guy was on that shit, boy. And this is what it looked like. Lorazepam. So if y'all see, if you're a brother, sister, anybody really, one of you, somebody you intimate with, they taking lorazepam, red flag. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh man. So this stuff is heavy duty, I suppose. I wonder how many milligrams he was supposed to get. Maybe they just fucked up the milligram, you know? Maybe they just fucked up his portions and he was like, damn, I wanted 60s and y'all gave me 20s. Niggas will crash out over that shit, believe it or not. Niggas will crash out over that shit, believe it or not. Okay? I wanted a 4 for 4 and you gave me a 4 for 2. Shoot up the Wendy's. I mean, I've done stories on the niggas shooting up the Wendy's. Tell me I'm wrong. Just pray for all of them, period. Who's all of them? I mean, the victims, of course. Him, not so much. He doesn't deserve the prayers. Let's see. Some more replies. Actual words used by mom says a lot. Unfortunate situation shows what possibly can happen when reality isn't faced at all or by all. May those who are being treated make it through. Beyond sad, someone is gone. This guy, someone close knows where he is. You can tell just by how close people are within his circle. They're saying he's been apprehended. What did his mom say? So I guess people aren't reading the headline, I guess. But this is Ma Dukes. This is and then he's got this little pendant on. It's some woke ass jewelry, you know what I'm saying? Woke nigga jewelry shit. Some Hotep shit, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Who knows what the fuck this chain mean? Y'all see the chain. Who know what this chain means? Somebody please put it in the comments. I'm assuming it's some Hotep shit. Okay, so we got most relevant, newest in all comments. The pharmaceutical industry is a far bigger killer than any gun could ever dream of. Lord have mercy. Drug withdrawal goes on a rampage. Somebody said, who said it was withdrawal? I mean, he wasn't getting the right medication, so it is his fault. He held a gun. He pulled the trigger. Case closed. If he was able to think clearly enough to take a gun to a doctor's appointment, then he's competent. Let's really focus on innocent victims. Facts. Bringing a gun to a doctor's appointment proves that something must be wrong mentally. He had bad intentions. He might have thought that he would have ran into one of his ops at the doctor's. You never know. Michelle McMillan says lots of people don't get what they want. And okay, we read that one. All he wants, sure, any excuse. He is just a killer, just like the others that commit these crimes. No excuse. Facts. And had the VA prescribed Ativan, they still would be blamed for prescribing Ativan. Okay. Terrible withdrawals from so many medications. Even a general antidepressant will cause severe withdrawals. If suddenly stopped, and doctors never tell you about the withdrawals of medicines such as these. I was taking Zoloft and I suddenly stopped and I went through miserable withdrawals. However, I would never start killing people even if I was going through the worst heroin withdrawals. So yeah, 100%. This man is at fault, but it would be nice if the clinics and hospitals had a better way to deal with patients going through withdrawals on a case-by-case basis. Some people don't even know they are going through withdrawals and can't understand why they are sick, like a week of violent flu symptoms. My wife had knee surgery and they gave her a mild narcotic, not even as strong as Vicodin or Tylenol, but she started getting real sick one day, and by end of the week, she was crying and couldn't even get out of bed and had no idea why. So I asked her if she was taking her meds, and she said she ran out of one of her pain meds, and I told her she was going through withdrawals, and that is exactly what it ended up being. This was about 10 years ago, and she still recalls how terrible she felt, and she had only been on those meds for 2 months. So yeah, people talking about, I mean, shit, having the flu don't make you pull up to the hospital and shoot niggas. So most probable possibility, as most cowards who kill people often do, is he will shoot himself to escape lengthy prison sentence of life. So, niggas don't do that shit. That's white people. Okay, so that's where the race discrepancy draws the line. Niggas aren't, we shoot some shit up. Hell, I mean, he's gonna go to prison, and this nigga might be the talk of the town. Honestly, he might get clouded up from that shit in prison. Now, I'm not saying in the real world, and he might have some groupie hoes in Atlanta who are riding him for the rest of his life. So, I mean, niggas know that, okay, I'm a farewell in prison if I do some nut shit. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays in prison, everybody doing some nut shit. So if you ain't doing some nut shit with your hands, pause. Like if you ain't fighting or ripping somebody's jaw or some crazy shit with your hands, then you're not really getting feared in prison like that no more, especially if it's just like gunplay that you're dealing with, because it's knife play in prison. So it's hand-to-hand combo. If you're doing long-range killings and then you get up in prison and it's close, close quarters, it's going to be a different situation. It said, y'all don't see this nigga Deion Patterson in Atlanta going around killing people. And this nigga's name is Daop Dirty. I mean, we ain't getting nowhere. We ain't getting nowhere. We ain't. We ain't going nowhere. This shit is ugly, bro. Woo! All right. I mean, we can listen up to what the cops got to say about it. Just listening to what they got to say. Oh, this audio is fucked up. Damn. It's going to be the one-sided audio, guys. Let me see. Let me share the screen. Oh, I'm already sharing. I'm tripping. All right, here we go. Just got to make it full screen.
At this time, I'm going to ask our Deputy Chief of Criminal Investigations, Charles Hampton, to come forward to recap what has transpired today, what we have learned from the investigation, and then Chief Van Hoosier will come forward to outline how his department led to the capture of this perpetrator today. Chief.
Good evening. What we do know, we know that shortly before noon, the subject entered into 1110 West Peachtree Street and went to a medical center inside the building. It was shortly thereafter that he shot our first victim, and then the first 911 call came after that. He spent about maybe 2 minutes inside the building where he then exited on foot. And what we were able to pick up on the camera network system is that he went to a Shell gas station where he commandeered a vehicle. That car was.
So he went to the Shell gas station, got some blunt wraps, and jacked somebody's car.
Pickup truck was left running unattended, and he took that vehicle. We were able to, again, use video to obtain a tag and immediately place that tag into our LPR system, our license plate reader system. And so at that time, we had to really do some work to figure out where he was at. There was a series of search warrants drafted.
I don't know. I think this is their connection because it's still going and my buffer zone is good, but I think they might have froze up in the actual stream.
Very much.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, how can we trust a license plate reader when y'all niggas can't even live stream successfully? This shit fucking crazy.
North of Atlanta. And first of all, I want to very much express our collective condolences to the families involved, and know that me personally, and I'm sure collectively from all of those who were involved in today's incident, that our prayers and thoughts are with the families that have been affected by this. Of course, we saw what was going on the news. We had heard through our networks of what was going on in Atlanta. When we discovered that the individual had last been identified on a flock LPR camera in our jurisdiction. Of course, we sent officers to that area and set up, not so much a perimeter, but we began to look for the vehicle. And I will be honest with you. First of all, let me apologize in advance. I have not prepared a statement. I have not had time to prepare a statement. So what I'm giving you guys is not planned, and I will probably make a few mistakes, and I'll probably forget to thank some people. But what I can tell you is this: these are massively complex investigations, and information comes in so quickly, and it is so confusing and so contradicting that we find that we are often trying to go 3 or 4 different places very quickly, each seeming to be the suspect. And so that was what was happening today. We had, it was a fairly chaotic scene. We were being called to various locations in that area about what appeared to be legitimate sightings of this individual. And there was some fear, of course, in the citizens in that area, of course. So our officers were responding to those calls. And I will say this: if you rewind the hand of time 4 years, we probably would not be where we are today right now. Technology played a huge role, but technology doesn't do any good without people who are determined to capture an individual that would do something like this. And today we saw where those two things came together in an amazing way. Nobody went home today. Everybody stayed. We have a fairly new real-time crime center by a local company named Fusus. Flock is a fairly new company. It's a local company as well. We have partnered with both of those companies, and they have brought us some amazing tools, as has the other jurisdictions in the Atlanta area. Those tools are what really got us the clues that we needed to make this successful.
I mean, they ain't really saying shit, honestly. These niggas promoting a damn security system, a private company. What the fuck? Let's see. All right, let's see what the mayor got to say about this shit. You know what I'm saying? He been quiet. Let's see what Andre Dickens got to say. Georgia Tech graduate. Okay. Yellow jacket.
And professional work today. As you can see, this is a group project. This took multiple jurisdictions working together. Highly trained officers who not only found this suspect, but brought him into custody to stand trial. So thanks to the professional and trained law enforcement in our region, this is a instance where justice is the case of the day. But that doesn't change the fact that one woman died, and there are 4 more in the hospital just a few blocks away from here, fighting for their lives. And I want to thank Grady Hospital, the care that they've given immediately to those 4 individuals. Those 4 women are now on the mend, and that's because of the outstanding work by our trauma center and those medical professionals at Grady. So we need to talk about the shooting that happened today. This was a horrible act of gun violence, but equally horrifying is that we know that this is not unique in our country. In 2023 alone, there have been nearly 200 reported instances of mass shootings in America. We have taken extraordinary measures in Atlanta to bring down violent crime in this city. We've enhanced our policing. We've invested in non-policing activities that make our city safer. We've invested in the root causes of crime at the same time that we're cracking down on repeat offenders who commit violence in our community. Those measures have produced.
And how are they becoming repeat offenders? Because a lot of people are being let out prematurely for violent crimes that they shouldn't be let out for. Essentially.
Great results. Before today, we were down 26% in violent crimes across our city. And
that's cap. That's cap, bruh. I hate when they come with these fucking fake ass numbers. This shit is cap, bro. And there you have it. All his legitimacy has gone out the window. Right there. When he threw out that fucking bullshit ass stat, violent crime is down 26%. Nigga, where?
Those are not just stats. Those are real people. Real people who are not
real people who you're disrespecting by deflating the numbers. So it's disrespectful to say, oh, we're down. They're doing the same shit California does, where they're not counting certain crimes to be violent crimes anymore, like the shoplifting and, you know, holding niggas up at the corner store. They're not even counting it. If it ain't a body, they ain't counting it. That's how they're doing it. They're not counting when you get your car broken into and they shatter your window. If there aren't any victims, they're not counting it. How do I know? Because when my car got broken into, guess what they told me to do? Follow a police report online. They said, hey, was anybody hurt? Was anybody shot? All right, we got bigger fish to fry. They're not even counting that shit, bruh.
Not going to be victims of violence. But we know there is more that needs to be done. But what more can we do as a city? What more can we do as a community, as a state, or as a nation? We have a national epidemic on gun violence in America, and we have a serious problem with how we are treating mental health in this nation. One thing we know is
mental health excuse
that it doesn't have to be this way. Other nations have challenges with mental health, but they don't seem to have nearly the level of gun violence that we do in America. So it's the guns that we're talking about. We live in a state and in a nation.
All right, man. Turn this nigga the fuck off. Boo. It's the guns. Lord have mercy. He don't get it. He don't get it. He don't get it. I'm about sick of this shit. Let's see if they got something live, and then if not, then we'll cut it there. They got anything live on this shit? 11 Alive was just streaming. Let me see. But yeah, I predict this story 48 hours max. It's gonna be gone. Here we go. God damn. Oh, they've been streaming for 4 hours. Damn. And then they got my baby on the screen. Hey, Boat.
We heard from Atlanta police that happened just after the initial shooting in Midtown, that a carjacking took place. And they said that vehicle has been recovered and that APD does have that vehicle at this time. He said the vehicle was found in a location of Heritage Court, the Windy Ridge Court area, he says, which is near the Battery. He said that vehicle was found in a parking garage in that vicinity. They say that they had visual confirmation from a DOT camera around 12:30 with the suspect spotted, picked up on that camera. And they say that they did not understand that. They did not have information that he was spotted.
Look, they're interviewing somebody. Let's see what they got to say.
What you heard and what you saw.
We definitely heard all the helicopter commotion, the police cars going back and forth all day from the other apartments to the Battery. And then recently we just heard all the commotion kick up the last 10 minutes and they took off over here. So we took our little dogs out to go scout, see what's going on. And
oh, hell no.
And they, I believe they have the suspect now. The police officers were high-fiving each other just a second ago, and they're just now making their way out right now. So I think it was a great job, Cobb County Police Department.
So this seems like a pretty quiet area. What's your reaction to something like this happening where you live?
Well, yeah, it's definitely quiet back here. We are close to, the Cobb County Action, the Cobb County Galleria and stuff, but off the side of the road and everything, off Cobb Parkway, off 41, it's definitely unusual. But it is a safe area. I believe, some of the residents probably get.
No. Okay, so first of all, nowhere in Cobb County is safe. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. Nowhere in Cobb County is safe. That's wild that he even said that.
Some really good tips as to what was going on over here.
And living here, what is your reaction to the suspect being caught here where you live?
Yeah, I was following this earlier when it happened in Midtown, and I live right here, so the fact that it came all the way back home was very scary, and it kind of puts things in perspective. Anyone can be caught in the middle of something. So very glad, felt safe enough to walk around with my dog because of so much police presence. Just glad Cobb County was able to take care of the job.
Definitely a heavy police presence. I know we saw about 30 police vehicles coming in here. What have you seen, especially?
All right, they interviewed
somewhere in Midtown, or is he
Tracy's businesses and buildings. Tracy Amick-Pier, one of those reporters on the scene. Tracy, you're speaking with people. I mean, what do they have to say about all this?
Okay, we've of course been talking about the different businesses affected all throughout the day. Tracy Taylor, she is actually a coffee bar supervisor at Whole Foods. She was just released. Of course, this has been going on for hours. Tracy, what can you tell me about this scene? What happened? How did you know something was going on?
I actually knew something was going on when we get a really big lunch crowd, and there was nobody at the hot bar. And I'm like, what's going on? Where's everyone? And then they said it was the active shooter, and we're on lockdown.
Okay, when you heard that, what went through your mind initially?
Oh my God. Oh my God. And then they said it was at the hospital. So I'm like, what hospital? I'm like, across the street. So I'm like, oh my God. And then I came to the window and I seen all the police.
And when you saw that, I mean, does this remind you at all of the other Midtown shooting that happened?
Yes, it does. It's remind because I was here when the lawyer got shot and the lady shot somebody at the other place.
Yeah, and that lawyer that she's talking about, that female lawyer who got shot by her crazy ass boyfriend, Thug Maxed Alpha Simp boyfriend. Remember Thug Maxed Alpha Simp boyfriend who shot her and then shot himself in the Midtown high rise. I mean, this type of stuff has been happening for in a long time.
So this is my
Shot it out with the cops too.
Third active shooting.
Okay, and that's just a horrible testament to what's going on right now. Okay, and you hear a lot of police sirens right now. It seems like there's other activity happening. Did you ever fear for your safety during this?
Not necessarily, because we're pretty secure inside Whole Foods. They don't want us to be at the windows. So, and then eventually...
You're secure inside Whole Foods? What you gonna do? Throw some broccoli at that nigga? What the fuck?
About maybe 30 minutes into it, they had us go upstairs to I don't know if I should tell, but they had us on lockdown. And so we were locked down. We might have been in there for about an hour and a half, and they finally said we can leave or we can stay. And most of the team members chose to leave.
And I bet your family is now glad to hear from you.
Yes. My auntie, I have one auntie, and she was blowing my phone up. I'm like, I'm okay.
I bet. And I mean, right now we're hearing that he may not even be in this area anymore. Do you feel safe leaving, getting home?
I mean, what can you do? Signs of the time. I don't feel safe, but I don't just want to sit there. Yeah, my daughter was saying that they think he's on the roof.
You know what? There's a lot of information out there right now. We're trying to weed through it, verify what's true, what's correct, and what's not before we put it out there.
Right.
But of course, a lot of people, they definitely want information from people who see it, but you want to make sure that it's the right information before you put it out on the news, of course.
Right.
And I mean, if you're going to be stuck somewhere, a lot of these office buildings, they were just in a conference room.
Right.
In Whole Foods, I guess it's a pretty safe and good place to be.
Yes, we were in the conference room too.
Well, there you have it. Tracy, thank you for sharing your story with us. All right. Of course, we'll be out here sharing more stories with you as the day goes on. And
I mean, she seems in good spirits about this. I mean, this just goes to show the lackadaisical attitude, the apathy, as I like to call it, within the community about events just like this. You could say desensitized, you could say, demoralized, or I mean, it didn't really seem like this really moved her. She asked her if she was afraid to move forward, and it's like, well, what can you really do? If I die, I die. Shit, you know what I'm saying? It's really what it sounded like to her, or to me. She was not really concerned about it. And I think it's a big deal. I think that we should be outraged. I think that the community needs to step up. But like I said, the general sentiment in the community is that this is a one-off. You know what I'm saying? They genuinely think it's a one-off. Let's see if I can find any more of these little street interviews. Not really anything worth the time. Let's see what we can find on Twitter. Patterson. Oh yeah, they flaming the mother. Here we go. Deion Patterson reportedly went to doctor's appointment with his mom, wanted an Ativan, and snapped. The damn VA gave him some messed up medication. All he wanted was an Ativan. She said on the phone afterwards before hanging up. Guns don't kill people, mess up people kill people. Okay. Don't have time to get into all those comments. All he wanted was an Ativan. Mom of Atlanta Hospital maggot Deion Patterson blames VA prescription for shooting that killed 1 and injured 4. Right? It didn't do nothing. You never do. Hashtag reparations. So he's definitely getting ate up on this one. Shooter is Dwayne Patterson from Jonesboro, Georgia. Just spoke with his mother Minoye Patterson, who hung up the phone on me. His mom works healthcare in Atlanta. Wow. So she's a healthcare worker in Atlanta. Deion Patterson's mama, the damn VA gave him some messed up medication. So this is Ma Dukes, just to confirm. More pictures of the Midtown Atlanta shooting suspect from his mom's Facebook. His birthday is October 9th, 1998. So help me give a happy birthday. Love to this guy, Deion, always my baby boy, whom has everyone's heart he's ever been around. Hold on. Whom has everyone's heart he's ever been around. Keep a smile on his face and making everyone else smile. Also, the last of my Mohicans. I'm so very, very proud of you, son. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Okay, so she says she's proud of him. Minoye. Okay, that's her. Looks like, I don't know if this is her. It looks like she might have been suffering from some vitiligo or something. So this is him with his mom. And he completely crashed out. They're saying it's weird that Deion Patterson went to the doctor's appointment with his mom. I go to the doctor with my mom. If I'm in my hometown and she has an appointment, I'm confusion. So this is a sister almost sounding like she's trying to justify his actions by justifying one action, saying it's not weird to go to the doctor with your mom, which, I mean, I don't think it's weird to go to the doctor with your parents, but basically, I think people are trying to call him a mama's boy in the community. They're trying to call him a mama's boy. And then she's like, it ain't weird to go to the doctor with her. It's like in a defensive manner. Such a stupid detail people are stuck on. Do y'all not hang out with your mothers? Somebody says exactly. The appointment was for him, a mental health evaluation. Okay. They didn't phrase it that way on the news. They said his mother had a doctor's appointment. Maybe something happened to her. Nah, so I'm pretty sure it was. Also, he took his mom to a doctor's appointment. Yeah, so it looks like it might have been her appointment. He tried to pull up, get a prescription that he didn't have the paperwork for, maybe. I wish the mother would stop blaming mentally ill on her son. He knew what he was going to do. Yeah, he did. Deion Patterson's mom blames the VA for giving him messed up meds. And this is why, you know, at this point, it's like sisters. And even though this is a grown man, this still applies, unfortunately. Sisters, come get your kids. Wow, I mean, looking at this type of stuff day in, day out, it is kind of draining, but at the same time, it's almost like, wow, like when you think something can't get worse and it just fucking boom right then and there. But anyways, I think we definitely covered this story ad nauseum. So what do you think, guys? What do you think? Hey, leave a comment in the comment section. Support the channel immediately after this stream ends. Leave a comment. Show your love. Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. The Super Trap. You already know I am demonetized. I am actually reapplying for monetization. We are in the process. Last time I applied for monetization, it took 3 days and they told me, hey, you know, fuck you, nigga. But now it's taking a little longer. So I am keeping out faith, or holding out faith, however you want to call it, that they do approve me for monetization. I can get that Super Trap back rolling so we can get the live streams back rolling on a regular basis. You know, I do need some type of motivation to do that because I definitely have other shit going on. But I will continue to put the individual premieres out for you guys. Those are going to stay because I enjoy doing those, and I don't mind, you know, taking an L on putting out the premieres, because all of this is extremely interesting, extremely fascinating to me. How you have so many niggas willing to crash out. Like I said, we are in a crash out culture, crash out epidemic. and it's really ugly out here, man. I don't know. I don't know if we can come back from this. I really don't. But hey, man, shout out to y'all for being here with me. I actually think, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think that I just hit 7K subs. Okay, yeah, so we got 7K subs now, which is crazy. I fought tooth and nail for 7K subs. Let's see. So we're at 7K exactly. Guys, if you're watching this stream, man, go tell a friend about me. Get my subs up a little bit, at least get it to 7,010, because if it stays at 7K, it's going to go back down. I'm telling you right now. YouTube is going to unsubscribe like 1,000 people. So at least let's just get a little bit above a 7K so I can sleep at night. But anyways, yeah, appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, getting me to 7K. Hopefully we can get that monetization going, and you know, we can really eat out this bitch. So you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, the Black Gen Z Mindset, aka Jinquavius Jackson, aka BGZM News 17. And we are going to send it off to Jinquavius to take us away. Appreciate it, guys. Be safe. Pray for me. I'm out here in Atlanta. I'm trying not to get shot by the super gremlins on Demon Time.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/BlackGenZMindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jinquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo. Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live.
That ain't
with
me.
That funky ass that's that nigga.
That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jinquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Gang violence and other kind of